Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, as usual, I'm doing your reading today with my old trusty tarot deck. So the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Sagittarius, I'm keeping this reading for you, although the message that I'm seeing coming up here is very much a collective reading. But I feel like whenever, I do a collective reading, as I did yesterday for the lunar eclipse, I feel like it's almost like how each and every sign, each and every smaller collective for the signs are going to view and experience this collective theme that came up yesterday for the collective reading. So I am going to stick with this for you, Sagittarius. So maybe this resonates in terms of how the expression of the eclipse will touch you more personally. But as I said, I feel like the message here is coming through with a very broad way of seeing it, or way of interpreting it and fitting it into your life. Because, okay, so let me already start with the very first card, which is the Ace of Swords. This card, the way that it jumped out of the deck, it's almost like it flew and it turned, and it really, there was something going on with this energy that is still up in the air, right? Which is very suiting because the swords suit is the air element. So it's almost like the truth is coming, but it's still up in the air and it has to land. And I feel like it's going to land, Sagittarius, because of this card coming next, the World card. So this is pretty much coming as the planet Earth, Gaia, however you want to see it or describe it. So truth is coming for Mother Earth, for the planet, for the collective, for humanity. You see? So this straight away gave me this collective vibe that I was already sensing since this one, actually. But the thing about you, Sagittarius, and in particular, because the next few weeks we're going to have your new moon, we're going to enter your lunar cycle, and actually it's going to be one of the luckiest days of the year, the 23rd of November. So it might be a very lucky time for you, the moment of your birthday, the moment of your solar return, because I feel like there's some sort of truth, some sort of clarity, some sort of insight or an idea that because of this eclipse, it's almost like it's been brought to the surface, right? This was exactly what was coming up in the collective reading yesterday. Some sacred knowledge that was coming to the surface that, was kept hidden for quite some time. But now it's moment for it to be shown, for it to be seen, for it to be expressed. So I feel like this eclipse might have brought you some sort of truth, but is still up in the air. It's still maybe too foggy, maybe unclear, or maybe you can identify, Sagittarius, exactly what is this piece of truth that came to you because of this eclipse. But it's only when it touches the ground, it's only when it lands here on Earth. And I want to say, maybe you realize that others are having same insights or having the same idea, right? It's like this is when it won't be too up in the air, because I feel like there is something that is made to co-create. Okay, so this piece of truth is part of some sort of co-creation with the Three of Cups coming next. So this is the truth that you know already, that you receive some sort of revelation, some sort of dream, some sort of insight, whatever epiphany this is for you. But it's only when you learn about others who had had the same insight, the same dream, the same, or maybe just, you know, similar powerful truth coming to them, coming to the whole, coming to the group, to the collective. It could be your family, it could be your community, it could be literally, you know, social media, right? You in contact with others around the world, but for the purpose of co-creating together based on one truth, based on one, it's almost like this is the thing that binds every single one in this co-creation, right? This is the truth that brings these people, this group that are supposed to co-create together, you see? Because I feel like there's a lot that each one individually can bring to the table. So here we have the Page of Pentacles, which is talking about the human self, the small self. This is not, it's interesting because sometimes the page to me has a lot of infancy, a lot of childlike innocence, or like a kind of like a novice, right? Some sort of apprentice perhaps. But today, I'm not seeing this as somebody naive or somebody unprepared or unexperienced. It's quite the opposite. I'm just seeing this as the small self, let's say, because it's the human self, because it's the Page of Pentacles. So it's just talking about the human vessel, right? It's not talking about like the bigness of your being or your ability, Sagittarius, to deal with some sort of maybe universal truth or sacred knowledge, how it came through yesterday in the collective reading for the lunar eclipse. So yes, your human self, being like a tiny particle of your entire being, is exactly what is needed in this group in order to co-create together something for the collective, I want to say, because the impact is in the whole, is, you know, in the world. Perhaps it's something that is bigger than just, you know, the 2 of you, the 3 of you, the 5 of you, the how many of you are in this co-creation. Because it's almost like each human being conscious of themselves, right? It's like, and you are one of them, Sagittarius. It's like you are part of this group that knows who you are. It's like you know exactly who you are, your values, what you are bringing to the table, what is your legacy, what is your contribution, how you can help, how you can add to this co-creation. Because I feel like the moment that each one starts to speak, each one in this group, when you start sharing the stories about the epiphany that each one of you received during this eclipse, it's going to become some sort of cathartic kind of movement, right? Because of the 10 of Swords. And this 10 of Swords is just talking about the volume, the quantity of similarities, synchronicities, similar truths, same dreams perhaps, same ideas. So it has nothing to do with the, you know, the negative connotation of the 10 of Swords traditionally. It's talking about how each individual, how each human being in this group, part of this collective, it's almost like a smaller collective within a larger collective. But it's like, it's almost like for the benefit of the whole, for everybody to see that they are taking something from it, right? And that there is this group exercise, this collective effort, which is something, you know, the collective effort was something that came up in the solar eclipse reading that I did on the 25th of October. So here, Sagittarius, for you, this contribution that each individual is bringing is creating this wave of truth, because it's almost like the moment that you start speaking, or then that you start listening to the others in this smaller collective, it's almost like it's going to just increase the, it's like the power of this truth, because it's almost like the more people vocalize and express what they received, it's almost like they're bringing a new piece to this puzzle that is creating this, it's almost like just turning this bigger and bigger and bigger and even more potent, even more powerful, especially because it's so funny because I didn't see this with this the card, the Wheel of Fortune, but now I'm seeing it as a puzzle, right? It's almost like, you know, there are 4 pieces for, maybe this is a group of 4 people, and each one is bringing one piece of truth that together, it's like they just fit, right? It's almost like they make sense. It's almost like the contribution that you are bringing from your human self perspective, that is really important, because well, sometimes to me, the sword suit can be this connection to the divine, this spirit realm, right? Your spirit self. But to be honest, I'm seeing this more so as like a truth of the earth, a truth of the world, a truth of the planet. Because the way that I'm seeing it, it's almost like this truth is coming from the center of the earth, right? It's like coming from the center of Gaia. Maybe we're talking about like Gaia as a conscious being, a conscious, well, we are, you know, as Matthias de Stefano says, and I pretty much resonate with this, the humans are the neurons of the earth. So we are the thinking cells of the earth, but the earth as a whole is a living being. So it's almost like this spark of truth is the moment that the earth has an epiphany. And because of that, it's like individually, all of us are, you know, and you mainly Sagittarius, because you're such, you know, Sagittarius is the master and the student. For me, at least, the reading that I make from Sagittarius is that you are both. The moment that you share your knowledge, not only you're teaching, but you're also learning. And it's almost like this continuous process that is so enriching. And I feel like this is just going to be enhanced, right? Especially because of the Wheel of Fortune being this puzzle where every single piece of truth is fitting perfectly and creating this, well, maybe this is the co-creation, is something that is meant to be created together, but in this perfect timing. Because, okay, so here, ending here with the 5 of Pentacles. So remember, you are showing up individually, right, as the Page of Pentacles, which is the human self. It's almost like the tiny particle that is expressed in this physical plane, in this 3D plane, right? So here, because this is a co-creation meant to be brought together by humans that are well aware, each individually, I want to say, holding a piece of incredible truth, that when they all are spoken, when they are shared, when they are exchanged, it's like they have such a level of synchronicity and like they just match, right? This is what I'm seeing here with the Wheel of Fortune. And so when they match, this is the moment that each one, that's the thing, each one in this group will feel in your body. I want to say this is a very bodily sensation. It's almost like no matter how much this idea, you know, feels abstract, or, you know, I'm thinking now about like, you know, just receiving sacred geometry. Like, you know, there are no words really. It's almost like a very abstract type of message, right? But the moment that you realize that by sharing it with others, it's almost like talking randomly with a group of friends about a dream that you had, about some sacred geometry that you know is significant, but you don't know exactly the meaning of it. And then suddenly realizing that another person had a very similar dream or a vision or an insight that somehow fits perfectly with yours, to the point that now I'm getting goosebumps. It's like that something is so perfect. It's like the timing of it, the sharing of it. I want to say, like, most of all, it's like, it's not just about receiving. It's almost like, okay, so Sagittarius, this lunar eclipse is all about the receiving. But the main thing, in order for this truth to land, remember, it's important that it's not still up in the air. It needs to land. And the way that it does is through sharing, through a co-creation where the revelation, the message will be shared with others that are holding other pieces that are just going to fit together perfectly. And it's almost like, because this is talking about the timing of it, right? The Wheel of Fortune knows the perfect timing of it. You see how here we have this cross, this X, which is also here. So it's almost like the people that are coming together for this co-creation, it's like just so perfectly orchestrated, because each individual has something to contribute to this, right? It's like, it's not for nothing that you are coming together with these other people. And, you know, it's interesting because it's bringing the circle. Because yesterday I went to a circle of women for my first cacao congregation, ceremony, ritual. And it was just like that. It was like synchronicity after synchronicity and after synchronicity. So, and it was all about the sharing, right? It was all about telling the stories, which apparently to you, Sagittarius, can be very personal, right? But the moment that you share, it's almost like it just fits. It's like you, well, also there's something about the Five of Pentacles that I didn't mention. More and more, this card is talking about integrity of self. So this is the reason why I feel like you will feel in your body something that rings so true to you, because it's being bounced off other people. It's almost like I'm seeing this as like, you know, Matthias Stefano is doing this 11/11 meeting in, I forgot the name of the city in Argentina, but he built this dome, this mirror room, that now I'm seeing it here also, because it's this circular space where, you know, the ceiling is all made of mirrors. So it's almost like these very different perspectives, right? This is what the Ten of Swords is talking about, the various perspectives, because each person has a way of seeing this piece of truth. So when you come together, Sagittarius, with others, it's like you are fortifying self. You are strengthening yourself, but also you are integrated. It's almost like I'm seeing this as like holding hands, or just connected, right? There is this bond that is connecting the entire group, the entire circle. So it's almost like, yes, it's the power of the individual remembering itself. It's the power of you knowing that this truth that you received is incredibly important, is significant. But the most important thing is to share this piece of truth. And by sharing it, not only you have confirmation that this was incredibly significant for yourself, Sagittarius, but as part of the whole, as part of this group. You see? Because it's all coming together. I don't know how to express that. It's like you will feel in your body. I want to say this is going to be a very bodily sensation, a very maybe powerful activation of the body. It's almost like feeling, you know, goosebumps all over your body, and feeling like there is this deep connection with this group, with the earth, But it's like that. It's like from the human mind, from the human body, from the human perspective. Just becoming even more aware of who you are, where you are, your contribution, you see? This is beautiful, Sagittarius. This is very, very beautiful. So I am going to pull more cards for you, Sagittarius, and I am going to pull from the astrological runes as well in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.